So if you don't have blue eyes like Anna, make sure to pop those contacts in, and then we're going to start with our primer. I also want to note here about skin prep. So skin prep is really important to make sure your foundation sits nicely. So primer is going to help a lot with that, but also doing things like moisturizing. For me, my under eyes are really thin, so I put some coconut oil under my eyes, just under my eyes. Don't put it on your rest of your face, otherwise you might break out. And I also shave my face, and this is kind of like a nice way to smoothen out your face and hide those baby hairs and exfoliate. So I do it with a special skin shaver, and I recommend it if you have dry skin or want to exfoliate. It's a great trick for me. Then I'm going in with my Tarte Face Tape Foundation. I like this foundation, it's really full coverage. I put it on the back of my hand and take a damp beauty blender, and I just put it all over my face. And I would recommend doing 2 layers of foundation. And if you find that you put foundation on and it's just cakey, or like just putting a lot on makes it look bad if there's dead skin, that's really when your skin prep is going to come into play. So having nice prepped skin is what's going to make wearing this much foundation look nice. So you really want to pay attention to that the day before your party. So here I'm just putting on my second layer of foundation, and I usually do a thinner layer for my second layer, and I put it more in the areas that I need a more full coverage. So for me, that's my cheeks and my nose and a little bit at the top of my forehead, and make sure to also blend nicely down your neck and up a little bit into your ears and all of that good stuff. So next I'm taking my Naked Petite Heat palette, and I'm taking this eyeshadow color and using it to create my red brows. So if you find that it's difficult for you to find a good brow color, I would recommend trying eyeshadow in an angled brush. There's just going to be a much more variety of shades, especially for the red-haired girls like Ariel, Merida, and Anna. And then I also take a blonde brow gel to lighten my brows. I do this specifically for Anna because she has a lighter red hair, and I use that to lighten it up and just make it come together and blend. And then I'm taking some pink blush from Almay. Use the Ben Nye blush if you have it, but I didn't have it with me at this time. I also like to put my blush higher up on my cheekbones because I find it is more flattering for my face. Do whatever works for your face, but I love to place it a bit higher and blend it down. And I put on a ton until I literally look like a clown, and that's good. So next I'm taking my Urban Decay eye primer and priming my eyes for eyeshadow. And then I'm taking this Naked Basics 2 palette and taking the light color and kind of using it as a base, and I'm also mixing it with a light tan. If you do have the Ben Nye colors, please use those. I just didn't have them with me at that very moment, so I used some dupes. And I'm just blending this all over my eyes to make them a nice even shade. Anna's natural makeup is super natural, so you want that nice and natural lid color. And then I'm taking a mix of these 2 brown colors, and I am putting it in the crease. I already have naturally deep set eyes, so I like to blend it more towards the outer corner rather than the inner corner because I already have that natural shadow in my inner corner crease. But I just do lots and lots of blending, blend. And then I'm taking a lighter color again and highlighting my brow bone as well as my inner corner, and a little bit even in the inner brow bone of my eyes as well. So next I'm taking a pencil liner by Neutrogena, and I'm doing the bottom line, and I didn't show it here, but I use a white eyeliner in the actual waterline, and this combination makes your eyes look huge. And then I also take a little mini brush and blend it out. It looks too harsh if I don't do this, so this is an important step for me to blend out that bottom liner. And then I am taking my liquid liner. I like the one by Glossier, and I don't do a wing for Anna, but it's really up to your preference whether you want to do that. Then I am taking a lash curler and curling my lashes. If you have a lighter, use that lighter trick that Christiana uses. Next, I'm taking my Falscara, which I love so freaking much. I put the Bond underneath my lashes. What it is basically DIY lash extensions. So if you are bad at false lashes, this is so much easier and looks just as good. Then I'm also putting mascara on the bottom lashes. Do not forget to do that. I do use a toothpick to kind of press the wispies in. I don't recommend doing this, but do I do it anyway? Yes, I do. This is what it looks like at the end. And then I'm also taking the lip colors and I'm lining my lips. Overlining my lips is a huge thing for me with princessing. I think it makes me look so much better in my characters because I have thin upper lips, so make sure to do that. Her lip color is the Natural by Ben Nye, so I am going to pop that on and fill in the rest of my lips. And then I'm taking a powder. I should have used a setting spray as well, but I didn't have it with me, so I just am using my powder on my T-zone, and this is what it looks like at the end. So next you're going to get your costume, and this, for context, is an abridged version of a training video that I made and edited for Happily Ever After Fairytale events in Arizona. So, you know, the costume details are kind of specific to that company, as well as some of these early wig details here, but I cut this up with anything that was relevant and not company specific that you guys might be able to use. So one thing that we always do is to make sure to put the pins in the face of the wig head and not the neck. That way it doesn't weaken the neck, because you want the neck to be strong and be able to hold that wig up for many years to come. You want to go ahead and swoop the head out. This is how we safely grab the wig from the head to make sure not to mess up any of the styling. We check the inside of the wig to make sure there's no U-pins. Here I am just buckling up the straps. If your wig has straps, make sure to buckle them up at wherever is comfortable for you. This is helpful if you have a smaller head or a larger head or whatnot, and you want to adjust the wig. And then also we just want to make sure those straps aren't hanging out. And then you go ahead and slip it on. And in this tutorial, we didn't do a zoom in close up of exactly how to pin the wig, but it's going to be this forward backward motion. We want to use U-pins. So I would suggest watching some of the other wig tutorials, because we go into detail on how exactly to pin the wig onto your head. So now on to movement. So Anna might do a hand on hip and a fast wave. She might hold her elbow like this. Very cute, awkward little movements. She does do heel up. She might do this excited two fists kind of pose. And you can see a lot of this in the Disney adaptation films, the way they market her. She does very specific poses. You could do one hand on hip and one fist, one wave. You might do just a little, like, I don't know, kind of pose, especially while she's talking or interacting with people, holding up your skirt. And then, you know, when you're Anna, she has lots of different outfits, so I'm just showing two of her outfits today, the Frozen 1 Travel and Coronation. But updos, I just want to note here, are a little bit different. They can be a little bit trickier with pinning and styling, and depending on what size head that you have as well. I actually have a bigger head, so it's harder for me to pin my updos. So what you want to do is make sure to pull it down so that it's not too far back on your forehead, because that is not as flattering when you are wearing a wig, especially an updo. And you want to do that pinning motion. It's going to be like a forward backward motion where you are separating the hair, grabbing the weft of the wig with your U-pin and your wig prep and hair, and really getting it all in there, and then closing the hair on top of it to hide the pin. I also do bobby pin the sides as well when I do updos. I did not pin my wig perfectly, as you can see here, but anyway. So movement for Coronation Anna is going to be similar with poses, but you know, she's got a big hoop skirt, so she might do some more princess poses. Make sure your sleeves stay down like so. She might do some more dancing, some more swaying, so that you can show off that skirt, some more twirling for sure. This is really her princessy ball gown look, so the movements are a little bit more dancey and really just showing off the ball gown. So that is everything for Anna.